Yeah, hey there, Marina. Behind me is the house where police say DaCara Thompson was murdered. It's on Cambridge Drive here in Bowie. The suspect living with other relatives who say he has a drinking problem, a drug problem, and they say they told police they heard a woman's voice in his bedroom that night. The people who live in this neighborhood tell us they are.
As we have it, is she was in that vehicle before she was ever reported missing. So we did canvass the area, we searched, we questioned people in the area, we looked for video, we did all of these things. As a practice, critical missings get distributed. But the family did a lot of hard work and they distributed information and you all covered that. So the information was out and the community had it.
I haven't received it yet, so I'm going to read one I got from offline. Menendez, date of birth, December 26, 1989, who will hereafter be referred to as the defendant. At the time, the defendant was detained and transported to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit for further investigation. The black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali bearing Maryland registration 6FM851 Lon was impounded by Ryan's Towing and transported to the Prince George's Evidence Unit for further processing. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the defendant. Detectives advised the defendant of his Miranda rights, in which time he freely and voluntarily waived his rights and elected to speak. To detectives, the defendant advised detectives that on August 23, 2025, he was at the Galaxy nightclub. Let it be noted that detectives know that the Galaxy nightclub is located at 12301 University Boulevard, Hyattsville, Maryland. This location is directly across the street from where the decedent was observed entering into the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, bearing the same registration that we mentioned before. Furthermore, the defendant advised detectives that he was in possession of the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali on August 23, 2025 at approximately 0200 hours. The defendant advised he was supposed to meet high-sex girlfriend, but he never did. When detectives questioned further into the investigation, the defendant denied any involvement and asked detectives if he could have a lawyer. At that time, the interview ended. On September 4, 2025, approximately 9:05 a.m., a residential search warrant was conducted at 12605 Cambridge Drive, Bowie, Prince George County, Maryland. Detectives made contact with multiple other occupants of the residents whose names are known to the police. All occupants of Terracidence were detained and transported to the Criminal Investigation Division Homicide Unit for further investigation. Detectives had the opportunity to interview the occupants of Terracidence. Detectives spoke with witness number 1, whose identity is known to the police, who advised that it lived at the residence with its family, its cousin, the defendant, and 2 other roommates. Witness 1 advised that the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali, bearing the Maryland registration, is registered to it, but its cousin, the defendant, is the only one who operates it. Witness on advised that its cousin, the defendant, had a drinking and drug problem. Detectives spoke with witness 2, whose identity is known to police, whom advised that its room is right next to defendant's room. Witness 2 advised on August 23, 2025. It recalled hearing the defendant having SCX around 0500 hours, 5:30 a.m. Witness 2 advised it could hear a grunting noise, which made it believe that someone wasn't enjoying the SCEX. Witness 2 further stated that after a period of time it remembers all noises in the room ceasing and it being silent. Later that day, after waking up, Witness 2 remembers walking outside of the residence on August 23, 2025, at approximately 1200 hours and observing the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali was not parked in front of the house. Witness 2 thought that was weird because it knows the defendant doesn't work on Saturdays and the Denali should have been parked out front. Detectives spoke with witness number 3, whose identity is known to police, and witness 4, whose identity is known to police, who advised that they had no recollection of August 23, 2025, and that they stay on the opposite side of the house from the defendant. A search of the residence 12606 Kimbridge Drive, Bowie, Maryland, was conducted in which multiple items of evidentiary value were recovered. Detectives located a bedroom in the front side of the residence. Detectives observed identifying documentation, to include a social security card, identification card, and work pay stubs belonging to the defendant. Upon visual inspection of the bedroom, multiple areas were observed with what appears to be suspected blood evidence. A phenolphthalein presumptive blood test was conducted on these areas with the suspected blood evidence, which yielded positive results. Suspected blood droplets were also observed on the defendant's mattress located in the bedroom. A white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernail was located on the floor of the bedroom. Detectives know that the decedent had white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernails when she was found deceased. Detectives also noted that when the decedent was found, she was missing a white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernail on her left middle finger. Detectives were able to review a photo of the decedent's white and pink fake French manicure-style fingernails and were able to identify that the nails in the photo are consistent with the nail recovered from the bedroom floor. Further, detectives recovered multiple pairs of women's underwear and lingerie. During the search, detectives observed 2 trash bins in the driveway area of Thersidence. Detectives opened the trash bins and observed multiple trash bags inside of them. Detectives searched the said trash bags and observed multiple identifying documents of individuals who lived in the residence. A further search revealed a white napkin with suspected blood stains on it. Throughout multiple trash bags, multiple black, with the red tint hairs were located. Detectives know through review of video surveillance that the decedent appears to be wearing a wig in which the hair color is consistent with the hairs recovered from within the multiple trash bags shortly before. She got into the black 2007 GMC Yukon XL Denali. All of these items of evidentiary value were recovered by Crime Scene Investigations Division and will be stored at the Evidence Unit for safekeeping for further processing. On September 4, 2025, detectives applied for and were granted a vehicle search warrant for the black 2007 GMC Denali bearing the registration that we spoke of before. At approximately 6:30 p.m., investigators with the Crime Scene Investigations Division executed the vehicle search warrant along with detectives. A Blue Star blood test was conducted. Blue Star is a presumptive test designed to reveal fresh, dried, or clean blood, neat or diluted in trace or sizable amounts. This test operates by chemoluminescence. As a result of the test, a positive result was revealed for possible blood evidence on the passenger front seat. In summary, detectives know through multiple surveillance camera video footage and cellular location data that the decedent entered the black Denali. Detectives know that the defendant is the only person who drives the black Denali, and the 2007 black Denali then travels to the area of 12606 Kimbridge Drive, which coincides with the decedent's cellular device movement. The decedent is in this area on August 23, 2025 from 3:47 a.m. until the phone deactivates at 5:03 a.m. On August 23, 2025, sexual intercourse is heard coming from the defendant's bedroom, which sounded as if someone was not enjoying it. The discovery of blood evidence recovered from the defendant's bedroom, along with the hairs and the recovered fingernail consistent with that of the missing fingernail of the decedent's left middle finger, indicates to detectives that a physical altercation ensued within the defendant's bedroom. That discovery of the possible blood evidence recovered from the Blue Star test conducted in the black Yukon Denali indicates to detectives that the decedent was moved into the black Denali after the physical altercation. Further, the decedent was then located deceased with skull and facial fractures. Based on all of the above information, detectives believe that the defendant unallied the decedent in his bedroom on the morning of August 23, RD 2025. The defendant then drove the decedent's body to eastbound Maryland Route 50 between Maryland Route 424 and Maryland Route 97, Annapolis, Maryland, and threw her deceased body over the short bridge above the South River in order to conceal the crime and recovery of the decedent's body. The defendant was transported to the Upper Marlboro Department of Corrections for further processing. All events occurred in Prince George's County, Maryland, with the exception of those denoted above. Let's start with what we know about Hugo Hernandez, Mendes, and his past interactions with the law. An ICE official tells us he is from Guatemala and entered the country, and an unknown date. But we know when he crossed the radar, federal officials just as recently as this past spring, he was not kept in custody. Today, at the press conference announcing murder charges, state and county officials said he had been arrested by the U.S. Park Police last April and charged with a DUI but was released. We looked for those records but could not find them in the court system. We asked Park Police for charging documents, but they directed us to file an open records request to receive them. But sources close to this investigation say Hernandez Mendez was arrested on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway in Prince George's County on April 25th by the U.S. Park Police who patrol the BW Parkway. Now that's a federal agency. Given the federal push to detain undocumented people in this country, there are questions now as to why he was released after this DUI charge. Here's what County Executive Aisha Braveboy said about that arrest earlier today. Well, I think that the U.S.